Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the 2025 North Allegheny Hockey Association Senior Recognition Ceremony. Thank you to our families, friends, fans, alumni, and former coaches for joining us before tonight's varsity game to honor our 9 seniors and their parents for the many years and countless memories they have given us. Thank you to our senior night committee for their work in making this event successful. Tonight's senior recognition ceremony is presented to you by It's All Clean Professional Mobile Pressure Washing. First, let's show some appreciation for the players of all the North Allegheny teams who have joined us on the ice tonight. The underclassmen of the varsity team, the junior varsity teams, and the middle school team. And please give a warm welcome to our varsity coaching staff. Assistant Coach Travis Jake, Assistant Coach Mike Magnato, and our varsity head coach Andrew Cease. And now for the presentation of our North Allegheny Senior Class of 2025. Our first guest of honor is number 44, Baierl Ice. Tyler is greeted on the ice tonight by his parents, Ruben and Molly. Tyler has played on the middle school, junior varsity 1, and varsity teams at North Allegheny. Tyler enjoyed being able to play with his brother at North Allegheny, and his favorite memory with the Tigers is playing in the Pirates Cup Championship game last season. Tyler thanks his mom and dad for always being there and supporting him throughout his hockey career. After his high school graduation, Tyler will ascend to the honor of serving our nation as a member of the United States Army. Congratulations to number 44, Senior Baierl Ice. Our next guest of honor is number 18, Justin Hyde. Justin is joined on the ice tonight by his mom, Shelly. Justin made the varsity roster this season after previously playing with the NA Tigers on the junior varsity 2 and middle school teams. His favorite memory with North Allegheny is simply having the opportunity to play hockey with all of his friends. Justin expresses thanks to his family for being there and supporting him through everything. After high school, Justin will attend Slippery Rock University to study physical therapy. Congratulations to number 18, Senior Justin Hyde. Our next guest of honor is number 35, TenbandTV. He is joined on the ice tonight by his family, Stacy, Michael, and Sydney. He has backstopped the junior varsity 2, junior varsity 1, and varsity teams during his time with the Tigers. His favorite memory with North Allegheny is getting to play with the same group of guys over the past several seasons. thanks his family for everything they have done for him over the years. He will attend the University of Pittsburgh in the fall to pursue a career in emergency medicine, as well as continue playing hockey on the Pitt Club team. Congratulations to number 35, senior Camden Joker. Our next guest of honor is number 46, Bill Gosnick. Will is joined on the ice tonight by his parents, Steve and Suzanne. Will has been with the Junior Varsity 2 team, the Junior Varsity 1 team, and now the varsity team with the Tigers. His favorite hockey memory is playing at the outdoor rink with his dad. Will cannot thank his family enough for the love and support they have provided him over the years. Upon graduating with honors from North Allegheny, Will plans to attend college to study architecture. Congratulations to number 46, senior Will Gosnick. Our next guest of honor is number 91, Tommy Vandriak. Joined on the ice tonight by his parents, Ed and Andrea. He has climbed the full ladder through the Tigers program by playing with the middle school team, the JV2 team, the JV1 team, and now the varsity team. His favorite hockey memory is making runs to Chipotle after practices with Justin High. Tommy thanks his parents for driving him countless miles, attending all his games, and supporting him in every way through his hockey career. He will attend college after high school and is considering the University of California at Irvine. Congratulations to number 91, senior Tommy Vandriak. Our next guest of honor is number 1, Mark Joyson. His parents, Joyce and Jacob, and Nisha Prutor. Mark has worn the NA jersey with the middle school, junior varsity 1, and varsity teams. His favorite memory with the Tigers is making it to the Penguins Cup Finals last season. Mark tells his family that he loves them and thanks them for supporting him even when he didn't even support himself. Upon graduating from North Allegheny, Mark will attend college to pursue a degree in engineering. Congratulations to number 1, senior Mark Joyson. Our next guest of honor is number 26, Gianni Machado. tonight are his parents, Anthony and Dana. Gianni is an alternate captain on the varsity's team this season, and he previously played on the JV1 and JV2 teams at North Allegheny. His favorite hockey memory is beating Seneca Valley in the Penguins Cup semifinals last year. Gianni thanks his parents and his family for always supporting him. His post-graduation plans are to enroll in a 4-year program in college. Congratulations to number 26, senior Gianni Laschetto. Our next guest of honor is number 43, Brock Murphy. He's an alternate captain with the NA varsity team this season, and he has previously played on the JV1 and middle school teams. His favorite hockey memory is beating Seneca Valley in the Penguins Cup semifinals last season. Brock thanks both of his parents for their constant support and for always pushing him to do better in every aspect of his life. Brock's post-graduation plans are to attend the University of Tennessee, where he will play club hockey, major in business management, and minor in commercial real estate. Congratulations to number 43, senior Brock Murphy. Our final guest of honor is number 2, Travis Lamar. Travis walks out on the ice tonight with his parents Jay and Jody. Travis started playing with the NA middle school team and is now the captain of our Tigers varsity squad. His favorite memory at North Allegheny is going to the tournament in Notre Dame every season. Travis extends a thank you to his mom and dad for all the countless hours spent at the rink and for being his biggest supporter his entire life. Upon graduation from North Allegheny this spring, Travis will continue his education in college. Congratulations to number 2, senior Travis Lamar. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the North Allegheny Hockey Association Senior Class of 2025. Tyler Bianchin, Justin High, Cam Joker, Will Kazanin, Tommy Vidra, Mark Joyson, Gianni Laschetto, Brock Murphy, and Travis Lamar. Thank you for attending our senior recognition ceremony and honoring our senior families. Our varsity game will begin in approximately 15 minutes. Let's go, Tigers!
As they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that PIHL hockey. Hello, good evening, and welcome. I'm Matt Popchak coming at you from the Baierl Ice Complex in Warrendale, Pennsylvania, inside the Galaxy rink for North Allegheny Senior Night 2025. Originally planned as a doubleheader, tonight we are here for a standalone edition of PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV and the Pittsburgh Hockey Digest channel, presented by Iron Bridge. And I want to give a special thanks to our friend Brian Mitchell for standing in for executive producer Todd Kazarowski and manning the command center here tonight. Again, this was originally planned as a doubleheader. Kiski area has forfeited their nightcap against Quaker Valley, so as a result, we shift gears and focus all our attention on the other team in black and gold, the NA Tigers, who host the South Fayette Lions tonight in PIHL Class 3A action. And the Tigers, under head coach Andrew Cease, 15 years ago, it was his senior night. He's now in his third year in charge of the varsity program, and he's led North Allegheny to a 19-point total, good for the number 6 spot in Class AAA coming into this week. NA's senior class, 9 players strong, including 3 players who are essentially playing varsity hockey for their first full seasons this year. 278 total games played, 35 total goals between the 9 of them, 96 total points. So we'll see if they can hit that century mark as a group tonight. Of course, offensively, the group headlined by number 1, Mark Joyson, the senior forward, 9 points in his first 11 games this season to lead the team, and he scored in the last meeting between these clubs, opening the regular season on a 7-game point streak. He's been roughly a point-per-game player throughout his varsity career, and the Tigers, they know who they are. They're defense uberalis, opportunistic offense. That's how they win their hockey games. It took the South Fayette Lions, on the other hand, a little bit of time to find their footing in their first season ever in PIHL Class 3A under 6th-year head coach Matt Schwartz. And at the beginning of the season, the great unknown was, how would the 3 newcomers do in Class 3A? Well, when South Fayette lost the season opener 4-0 to NA, a lot of people maybe thought that the Lions were in for a rude awakening this year, but they've settled into a nice groove, and they're on a 5-game winning streak coming in. Since that season opener, as a matter of fact, 10 one-goal games the Lions have been involved in. They've been involved in 2 games as well that have ended in empty net goals. So not only have they figured out how to win at the highest level, but they've figured out how to win playoff-type hockey games, which is something that couldn't necessarily be said for last year's team, despite their runaway success. And Trevor D'Alessandro, number 19, the all-star and alternate captain, a big part of that success with 19 points in 11 games. The team's leading scorer is also the leading scorer coming into this week in Class 3A overall. Owen Chiappetta, a.k.a. Robert Chiappetta, number 8 in green and white. He comes in with 23 points in 10 games. Brian Mitchell, I might as well ask you for some of your thoughts before this game, because I think even though we've got just the one tonight, it's going to be a pretty good one.
I think we have a really good contest on our hands here at the Baierl Ice Complex. Of course, I've got to update that now on my ledger. That changed recently, but you were saying it best. The 3 teams that went up to AAA, the big question was, how are they going to hang? I mean, you're talking about perennial powerhouses there. I think we said previously how South Fayette, they did it right. They built their team up. Teams like Thomas Jefferson built their teams up to be able to come up to AAA and compete. I've talked to several coaches that spent time in AA and single A, and they say this is where you want to be. This is how you build them. How do you do that? You start young. You start them young. You want to instill those values in them. And look at what you have now in the playoff picture. These 3 teams that came up from AA are competing. They're making sure that they're able to show that they should be there. And this competitive formula, all the stuff that they did to make it work like this, it's showing it's weight in gold as far as I'm concerned. This is amazing. I love to see this. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to see too many games this season with my schedule, but it's great to see it whenever you can, and it's really cool. It's really cool how it's coming together, Mr. Popchak.
Most definitely, and the Lions, for their part, have 22 points. They sit in the number 5 spot in Class 3A coming into this week, right above North Allegheny, so the Tigers can tie South Fayette on points with a win tonight. The Lions can increase their lead with a victory here on the road at NA Senior Night against a team that, when all those seniors were juniors, made the Penguins Cup final last year, narrowly losing to their next-door neighbors from Pine Richland.
Once again, thank you for joining us here. I thank Mr. Podcaster for allowing me to step in for him tonight. As I was joking with him in the pregame, it's kind of like we're not 10-band, we're 10-band from Timu at Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. We don't have the bells and whistles, but we're bringing you the game this evening. So please sit back, relax, enjoy the game from home. You can always watch it on demand on 10-band.
Well said, and we got a good color-on-color matchup tonight. Always enjoy one of those. The Tigers and their Beehive alternates, if you will, for their senior night. South Fayette in their common traveling green uniforms. And in a moment, we'll hear from Dave Fryer, a longtime veteran of this league, on public address. South Fayette and North Allegheny moments away from getting underway. One of two games on the PIHL Class 3A schedule tonight, the other one being Upper St. Clair at Franklin Regional.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Baierl Ice Complex. Tonight, the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League presents a varsity class AAA game. Introducing the away team with a league record of 5-4-4, the South Fayette Lions. And introducing our home team with a league record of 5-5-2, let's hear it for your North Allegheny Tigers. And now to honor America and those who have served her. Please direct your attention towards the flag for the playing of our national anthem.
And naturally in goal for the NA Tigers, it will be from the class of 25, Cam Junker, with a lifetime goals against of 273, a lifetime save percentage of 896, and his season opening shutout against South Fayette, in which he made 21 saves, was actually the first shutout of his varsity career. He has earned 2 goose eggs to this point. In 24-25, a 7-4 record and over 535 minutes played, a 210 goals against average that ranks 3rd, and a 908 season save percentage that ranks just outside the top 5 in Class AAA. He and the Tigers coming off a shootout win at Franklin Regional last Monday that snapped a 3-game skid. South Fayette, as I said, winners of 5 straight. They're coming off a shootout win as well at home against Peters Township. A literal last-minute rally by the Lions to force the extended game and ultimately a 4-round shootout. 5 teams in Class 3A separated by 5 points entering this week. Something's got to give.
So much fun, and it's time to go.
Meanwhile, it'll be Andrew Carson who got that shootout victory against Peters Township on the 9th, going in goal at the other end for South Fayette. Chiappetta and the Lions momentarily control the opening faceoff, and now Ivan Kalinko will play it off his own bench. South Fayette moving the puck right to left on your TV, computer, or mobile device to begin this game from Warrendale. Play it out in front to Will Kasnick. Easy save there to start the contest for Carson. Santino Vizio defensively, unable to clear the zone. Petter, the South Fayette captain, Eli Petter behind his own net. He'll outlet it to D'Alessandro, near side for Kalinko. Kalinko run into its center ice. Turns around and plays it back inside the North Allegheny line. Murphy out here to start with defensive partner Noah Logan. Murphy, the North Allegheny alternate captain. His only 2 points this season came in that lid lifter against South Fayette back on the 30th of September. Played out in front beyond the reach of Hudson Venom and right to a North Allegheny stick, that of Joey Mitchell. Mitchell, a heroic 2-goal effort against Franklin Regional in Delmont last Monday night. Mitchell also scoring in the shootout to help give NA that road victory. Kyle Ime playing it inside the South Fayette line. Recovered there by Dylan Mock. Junker settles it down behind his own net, near side for Ed Shearer. Braden Rygaard, the South Fayette alternate captain, gets there first. To the corner it'll go. Ravi Desai pinned up against the boards. Deep in South Fayette territory. From the corner, Cedric Odie to the side of the net. That's played defensively by Randall Fisher. Tigers keep it inside the line. Here's Murphy above the right circle. That shot blocked by Dan Hudson. Mikhail Lobanov up the right wing for South Fayette. Trying to connect with Hudson. Too many gold jerseys in the way. In front, it comes right to Murphy, camped out in front of his netminder. Desai flipping it up ahead, beyond the reach of Odie. Lions try to get their transition game going. Lobanov to the corner. He's hit from behind by Ime. Lobanov from the far corner now for South Fayette for Rygaard. Rygaard takes the check from Ime. Ime plays it up the boards, not quite out. Fisher's shot blocked by Joyson. Joyson up the right wing. Tigers changing behind the play as Kasnick is leveled by Hudson as he gets rid of that puck. Lobanov coming across the line for the Lions. Easy play there for Junker. Gianni Locchiato up to Joyson. Joyson stick checked immediately by Petter. Petter with speed up to center. Chases this puck to the corner, but Alex Costa is going to beat him to the punch. Turnover to Jackson Stilley. Stilley unable to keep it inside the zone for South Fayette. Lions reset. NA completes the line change. Junker snatches that puck off the surface and hangs on.
Good back and forth early. These teams just filling each other out. You said it was the opening game of the season that they faced off last. Definitely one of those things where you don't know how somebody's going to react, but you're so close in the standings, you're afraid to make an opportunity here. So to see what the other guy throws at you and find out what happens.
Mitchell on to take the draw for NA against Chiappetta. Chiappetta wins it cleanly to Vizio, who fanned on the attempted pass but puts it toward goal off Chiappetta's stick. Lions retrieve it in the corner. Chiappetta near side for Vizio. Murphy, too heavy for Anthony Lucas. And North Allegheny guilty of icing. Lucas made his varsity debut earlier this season in this building, December 9th against USC. Got his first couple varsity points in that aforementioned win on the road last Monday. So we do it again from the same spot, and it's the same result. South Fayette controls. Keller to the corner. Petter to the corner, for D'Alessandro. Chiappetta to D'Alessandro. Those two headed back to the PIHL All-Star Game representing South Fayette this approaching Sunday. Shearer on his backhand off a South Fayette body. Petter near side, up the boards, off the stick of Kalinko. Murphy for Odie, who will give chase. Vizio beats him to it. Delayed offside against NA. That allows Chiappetta to come forward for South Fayette. Chiappetta off-balance shot. That's blocked by Ime. D'Alessandro taken out of the play immediately. The Tigers gain possession of this puck. Odie up to center for Desai. Desai, 8 games this year, coming into Monday night, also a member of the team champion Whippeal golf team at North Allegheny. They won the Class 3A title back in the fall. Nate Keller, South Fayette's leading goal scorer, playing that in the corner. 10 tallies for the sophomore to begin his second varsity season. Lions reset inside their own zone to Luca Romanelli. Mock trying to go near side. Tommy Vidra got in the way of that. Up ahead it comes to Castillo. Johnny Castillo on goal, just wide of Carson.
Sneaky backhand.
50-50 battle is won by the Tigers. Mitchell harassed all the way into the corner boards as he tries to protect that puck for NA. Noah Logan unable to play it. Lions get it back to center, but that's as far as they'll get it. I'm just shy of the red line, gets it deep, and they're going to call icing on North Allegheny. Joyson against D'Alessandro. Tigers control this face-off inside their own zone. Kaznick gets it back to the neutral territory for Joyson. Joyson unable to connect with Lokiano. South Fayette in transition. Petter cross ice for D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro tied up immediately by Kaznick. Joyson and the Tigers recover. Near side Lokiano. Around the boards it'll come. Joyson anticipating as he's hit from behind by Chiappetta. Lokiano out in front. Kaznick unable to tee it up. He had a clean look at Carson too. That's cut out at center by Costa. Costa trying to get it up to Kaznick. NA offside.
North Allegheny handling the neutral zone very well in this game. And it's been a hard press for South Fayette to get anything across that blue line and into the other zone. The luck they've been getting is the dump and chase. Unfortunately, North Allegheny getting all the turnovers around the red line.
When you play NA, you typically don't have a lot of room to operate, and you know that they're going to try to be as opportunistic as they can, so Lions have to tighten up the screws a little bit here on the road as we are still scoreless, approaching the 10-minute mark of period 1. Justin High blazing through center. One of tonight's senior night honorees. Up it comes to Lobanov. Officials say the Lions are still onside. Lucas wants to come off for a change. Petter will play it defensively. Lobanov near side. Mitchell takes it away for North Allegheny. Carson will settle that puck down. Petter intended for Rygaard. Rygaard lost that puck for a moment at his feet. Odie unable to keep it inside the line. Murphy sends it to the corner. Petter defensively for the Lions one more time. Cut out by Odie. Trailing the play, Shearer. Shearer dropping for Murphy. Murphy toward goal. Carson the save, and the rebound comes all the way out to Shearer. Back to the point for Logan. That puck bounced off something before it made its way on goal. Kalinko hit as he gets rid of it, and that'll be icing on South Fayette. Lions fans won a penalty.
You were talking about the identity earlier of North Allegheny and how it's always a little bit of room. You remember the days of Tyler Studerstadt and Trey Gallo who came in here and just ran on the defensive end. Now it's running through the forwards, and you talk about Andrew Seas coming through the system. Look whose assistant coach is, Mike Bagnotto, who set that system for so many years.
One of the most successful coaches in the 26-year history of the PIHL. A lot of wins with a number of North Hills area varsity programs. And got himself a ring a few years back as the head coach at North Allegheny. Out in front it comes to one of the Lions. That's Vizio. Eim takes it away from Brody File. Stilley trying to keep it onside. Costa, first man on the puck for North Allegheny. Back to center it comes. Joyson and File collide. Right at the South Fayette bench. And this will be icing on the Lions.
But you don't take away from the opposite side at South Fayette. It's a newer system that they put in, but this system has won hockey games, won championships the last couple of years. You're bringing these kids up and showing the next level, the JV kids, this is how you do it, and they're going to do it that way. So it's definitely why they're in AAA and that they're going to compete in this level.
Halfway through a scoreless first period here at the Baierl Toyota Ice Complex. NA has the first 3 shots on goal of their senior night contest, but nothing to show for it just yet. March and Hendry, the USA hockey crew on duty for this game, bring us back to action with the Tigers playing this puck inside the South Fayette line. Petter around the boards, cut off by Murphy at the left point, and he erroneously sends it off the far rafters.
But also the nice thing you see about these AAA games, you've mentioned the 2 referees, March and Hendry, they're very, very, very long-term referees in the PIHL and at many levels, but this has been a clean game. They're respecting each other out there. It's really good to see so far.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see these folks keep the whistle in the pocket, not for nothing, for a majority of the evening. It's, these are 2 pretty skilled teams at that. Petter from center ice. Keller. Up it comes to Venom. Venom from the right circle on Junker. Junker the save, and there is no rebound. So about 9.5 minutes in, the Lions do officially register a shot on goal as this faceoff will come to Junker's left. NA with a clean face-off win. Petter camped out at the left point. Eim lost the handle. Imler gets it deep. Keller giving chase. Costa defensively for the Tigers. This puck takes a deflection to center for Joyson, who gets it deep for NA. Johnny Castillo anticipating. Petter takes a step around him. Nate Keller has it, but high stick on the puck is called. Face off to Carson's left. South Fayette controls, and they sail this puck up the center. Chance possibly for D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro drew the penalty. And so the Lions are going on the Penny Power Play. Penny is Pennsylvania's official healthcare marketplace. Visit Penny, PENNIE.com today to see if you qualify for enrollment. Follow them on social media at PennyPA.
Costa off for an interference. 6:57.
Costa going off, and the #1 power play in Class 3A, that of South Fayette, goes to work. 32.4% conversion rate coming into this week. North Allegheny very sharp on the penalty kill as the scramble in front of Junker results in a frozen puck. And 84% even on the PK coming in, 3rd in the 11-team AAA circuit. Played off the glass by Logan. Petter brings it just outside the zone. A break for North Allegheny on the misplay by the South Fayette captain. Tigers get the clear. South Fayette will reset on the man advantage with time dwindling in period 1. Locchiato messing with the Lions' mojo there at center before South Fayette's finally able to get it inside the zone, but not for long. Locchiato again with some good work on his penalty killing shift. Andrew Cease getting some fresh personnel out there on special teams. Midway through the Penny power play, Lions trying to get it going here as Chiappetto weaves it through the legs of Bradley. Chiappetto above the left circle, taking matters into his own hands. He's watched by Mitchell, sends it to the corner for Keller. Keller trying to play it out in front. D'Alessandro couldn't settle that one down. Petter moving quickly, back to Trevor D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro from an angle, that's save made by Junker. And the rebound is controlled by the Tigers. Half a minute left on the penalty to Costa. Petter from behind his own net. Near side to Keller. Keller centering for Romanelli. Romanelli had it dribble off his stick and right in on Junker, who will not take any chances.
Good setup here by the Lions. There was one play that I paid attention to was back in the corner when they tried to force the pass through. It was a little too hard for the player that was on the right post, so it wasn't able to get through to where it needed to, but it did set it up for a follow-up shot, so a nice play there.
One last chance maybe here for South Fayette on the power play. Mock on goal save made. The rebound is cleared aside. Logan and Murphy, the tandem, supporting their goaltender, and that should just about do it. The penalty clock expires. Costa is back on the NA bench, and we remain scoreless with under 5 to go in the period. Joyson up through center for NA. Joyson from the left circle, off of Andrew Carson's glove. Near side, it's kept inside momentarily by Kasnick. Lokiato trailing the play for NA. Lokiato out in front. Kasnick couldn't shoot it cleanly. Mock reversing the play. Near side for Lobanov. Lobanov deflects it through center. It will not be icing. Costa unable to dummy the call there. Steal by Lobanov. Lobanov around a man. Lobanov behind the net. Lobanov trying to wrap it around and get the pass to Kalenko. Nothing doing. High gets to that lead pass as he's met by Petter in the corner. Petter trying to strip him of the puck, but Justin High still has it for NA. Kyle Lime with a keep in, deflected on Carson. Mitchell trying to tap it in 5-hole. Carson had it red.
He had the redirect. It just so happened to redirect directly into his pads. Unfortunately, it wasn't a little bit higher or a little bit more to the left, but it definitely had a good shot there.
Really good looking set play too, just NA unable to execute by inches. Off the face-off High forces the save from Carson. Nicholas Pasquale, the sophomore, on here. Up ahead it comes to Mitchell. Lucas trailing the play. To the point for Pasquale. Near side to Murphy. Murphy dribbles it toward goal. It's loose in front. Backhand try, saved by Carson. Rebound, score! Hey, rookie, welcome to the show. Anthony Lucas with his first varsity goal. Picks up the garbage and puts it in the recycle bin to give NA the 1-0 lead.
That's what you got to do, get into the dirty areas, and he was down for that one. Got the backhand on it, just chipped it through right around the tendy, and it is 1-0 North Allegheny.
The sophomore Lucas in his first varsity season here for the Tigers, his first career goal, and he opens his account on senior night. Tigers with a late first period lead over South Fayette as Keller penetrates. Chiappetta and the Lions looking for a late answer here. The top line on here for Matt Schwartz. Petter behind his own net. That pass intercepted by Odie. Out in front, one-timer, score! Crisscross applesauce. 2 goals in a matter of moments, and this time it's Robbie Desai who nuzzles that nylon for NA. 3 minutes left, it's a 2-0 lead for the Tigers.
That was just pretty, a nice little pass across. sent it home.
I understand that Clint Hurdle, the former Pirates manager, has a book coming out soon. You know how Clint used to say, tip your cap? That's all you can do if you're Andrew Carson, I think, there. Just tip your cap. To your point, a very well-executed passing play.
Those are tough because you have that 50-50 chance of whether that's going to be taken off the back post or not, and unfortunately, he just got all of it. All of it.
Desai with his first to go with his 2 assists. Lucas, who also had 2 assists coming in. You saw his first varsity goal ever just a couple of moments ago. And the unsung heroes have opened this game up at the end of period 1 for North Allegheny. And that's the way it's been for Andrew Cease's team this season. Offense by committee. It isn't always the seniors or the stars necessarily pulling the weight up front. But here comes Lokiato. Can the Tigers make a 3? Lokiato denied by Carson. Near side, Vizio. Nate Snyder, the freshman, up ahead to Rygard. Rygard, near side for Venom. Logan gets possession for NA to Desai, the most recent goal scorer for the Tigers. Venom off of Murphy, who locates that puck inside his own zone, lost an edge, but no harm done. Oh, might have spoken too soon as Keller and Heim get tied up at the home bench. And now we get a stoppage in play. Offside are the Lions. Romanelli to the corner. Costa tries to follow the bouncing puck. Desai off the glass. Costa for Rene, trying to go near side to Odie. That pass too far. Romanelli sends it the other direction for the Lions. Keller trailing the play for the visitors. And North Allegheny will ice this puck with just over a minute left. Header off the face-off win. That was blocked by Murphy. Nate Keller out in front. That's cut out by Costa. Murphy at center for Lokiato. Lokiato gains the red line, and Murphy dumps this puck to the corner. D'Alessandro. That's stolen by Joyson. Lions have to be careful there in front of goaltender Carson. Keller up the left wing boards to Chiappetta. He sends it to the corner inside North Allegheny ice with half a minute left in the period. D'Alessandro trying to tie up Costa far side in front of those NA senior banners. From the point it comes, dribbling wide of Junker off the stick of Dylan Mock. Costa runs into D'Alessandro with 15 to go in the period. Just barely kept onside by Mock. D'Alessandro from inside the circle, that shot blocked. Lokiato will ice it for NA with 5 ticks to talk. Off the faceoff, Keller on goal. Junker the save. The rebound clear beyond the reach of Stilley. Junker one more loud leg save as he denies Chiappetta from a bad angle, and that'll do it. Couple of goals on senior night by the underclassmen in rapid succession. North Allegheny Tigers 2, South Fayette Lions nothing after 1. I'm Matt Popchuk. You're watching PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10-Band TV and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest, presented by Iron Bridge.
Ah, look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and cheeks and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
Affordable self-care from professional massage therapists and estheticians. It's what we do. Massage Envy, where better begins.
Iron Bridge was founded in 2011 to simplify interoperability in today's complex healthcare ecosystem. Their solutions have allowed over 100 organizations to harness the power of the cloud to exchange health data easily and securely. Iron Bridge makes simple healthcare integration easier and makes complex healthcare integration possible. Follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, or visit ironbridgecorp.com for more information. He's Brian Mitchell. I'm Matt Popchak. This is North Allegheny Senior Night 2025. The Tigers leading the South Fayette Lions in PIHL Class 3A play 2-0 as period 2 is a go here from the Baierl Ice Complex in Warrendale. The teams have switched sides, and the Tigers play this puck to center off the stick of one of their first period goal-getters, Ravi Desai. Prior to Desai scoring, it was Anthony Lucas netting his first varsity goal to get NA on the board first. Up to center, beyond a few gloved hands, Tigers offside. Actually, they're going to say hand pass if you wish to pick at nits.
And I do. And I do. You know me.
You know a lot of these officials, too, for that matter. And you said we were in capable hands. You weren't kidding. That was the right call, I think. Keller triumphing over Joyson on the ensuing puck drop. Imler behind the net for Venom. North Allegheny getting a penalty kill before that two-goal outburst late in the first. Murphy to the corner. Kept in by Petter for a fleeting moment. Lions now have to reset, and this puck just barely stays in play, but South Fayette guilty of icing. Andrew Cease sends Mitchell out there to take the face-off. Lions win another. D'Alessandro has it go off his stick. It's deflected into the corner. Justin High giving chase for NA. Ducks around the check. Costa from behind his own net, trying to use the boards to his advantage. Played up ahead by Lucas, but it goes for icing. Lucas, a product of the Pittsburgh Icemen travel hockey program, with which Cam Radna, the former Fox Chapel coach, was involved. Mock from in front of the visitors' bench behind the net. Murphy trying to reverse the play. It goes beyond the reach of High. Mock at center ice. Sends it back inside NA territory. Pasquale retrieves it, but the point is moot. It's icing on the Lions. South Fayette controls the own zone draw. Mock up the left wing. He's run into by High. Justin High with it now for the Tigers. Inside the right circle. Shot from an angle. Goes wide of Carson. Pasquale has the rebound for NA. Behind the net for High. High taken off that puck by Romanelli. Romanelli back to center for the Lions. Pasquale cross ice for defenseman Murphy. Mock lost it to Mitchell. Mitchell unable to put it on goal. Joyson from the far side. Immediately tied up by Dylan Mock. Rygaard unable to get the clear. It's stabbed at by Romanelli. Tigers keep it alive. It's deflected just high and over the bar. Castillo was the man in front for North Allegheny. And this will go for icing. First period shots, by the way, were officially 10-7 in favor of the Tigers. Officially, the first goal, in case you missed it, reading Lucas from Pasquale and Murphy. So for Pasquale, the sophomore, his first varsity point of any kind. And Desai from Odie, the second marker, just 26 seconds later to double the lead for the Tigers. And yet another icing call, this one going against the home team. Oh, it's something of a full house, at least on this side.
I was just going to mention about the soundtrack was being awesome here, but I'm going to say that icing right there is a blessing in disguise for the South Fayette Lions. All their good opportunities, they had to come off of the faceoff because they haven't been able to get that transition back into the zone. So everything's had to happen off the faceoff here. So they're getting another chance here. Another great chance. Here we go, wrap around. Oh.
Junker made the initial save. After that, the net became dislodged, so we'll have another faceoff.
Yeah, they're having a hard time getting into the zone. So anytime you get those opportunities off of an icing or some other penalty that gets you in past the red line, you have to take advantage of it. They've done a very good job of it. Matt Schwartz has set these up really nice on these set plays from the faceoff and winning faceoffs in the offensive zone, for that matter.
This time the Tigers prevail and send it around the boards. It happens, believe me. Vizio in front of the home bench trying to play it beyond Shearer. Shearer using his frame to get in the way of that clearing attempt. Chiappetta giving chase, trying to prevent the icing call. Not going to get there in time, though. So we'll face it off in Lions territory.
That was close.
Chiappetta has cheetah speed. We've seen that many times before. The Class 3A assist leader and power play assist leader, for that matter, coming into this week. From the near corner, it comes to Shearer. Shearer for Odie. Odie in the circle, poke check by Keller. Desai down low for Odie. Petter defensively for South Fayette is run into as he tries to send it up the boards from the half wall, stolen by Shearer. Down low for Odie, loose out in front, nothing but green shirts there. Venom takes the lead pass and dumps it in on Junker, and Junker will freeze it. So they'll get another offensive zone face-off, excuse me.
Get an opportunity here.
Now, South Fayette, we told you they've been involved in a lot of close games this season, to say the least. They've been involved in a lot of games where they've rallied as well. So this one not over by any stretch of the imagination, but playing one of the premier defensive teams in the league, if not just the classification.
There it is.
Junker in front, it's still not covered. Still loose, the Lions hacking and whacking. Keller couldn't elevate it over a prone Hudson Venom. A bit of a break there perhaps for the Tigers as Joyson with a good stick there from an angle. Chiappetta forces the save. Keller on the rebound, can't jam it in. Junker desperately trying to cover that puck, and finally he's got it outside the crease.
A lot of pressure there. They had Junker out, and they pushed him a little bit. They got a little bit of a push in there from his own defender. Put him a little bit too far to the outside of the post, and there was a chance to bring it back across, but unfortunately weren't able to make it. and he was able to find it in the last second, hold on to it. 12:51, you'll get another face-off. Good pressure by the Lions, though.
Venom with just 2 goals in his varsity career, and hey, it's been a night for the under-the-radar players so far, so you never know. NA wins that draw. Joyson plays it up the boards. Kasnick waits for Lokiato to tag up and sends this puck deep into South Fayette ice. Kasnick takes it off the blade of Petter. Snyder recovers for the Lions. Venom, near side for Imler. Imler sends it into NA territory. Ime goes to his hands and knees trying to play that puck defensively. Kasnick has a step on his man, gets it back to center. Snyder and Petter, the defensive pairing for Matt Schwartz, resetting. They dump the puck. Noah Logan there first for the Tigers. Keller in the corner. I'm taken out of the play. Keller up the boards to Mock. Mock off the tape of Keller. I'm unable to clear. Mock is victimized there by Kasnick. South Fayette has to reset, but they turn it over to Kyle Ime. Kasnick for Joyson. Joyson trying to feed Kasnick again, and he deflects it just wide. Carson got the right leg out there. Logan from the point. High off the glass. Justin High with the rebound. Stilly unable to clear. Ime a mishandle. Tigers have to tag up and change lines in one fell swoop here, and they will. Mock from the corner. Bovalino couldn't get it up the boards. Backhand try is blocked. File able to get it just beyond the reach of Pasquale. Pasquale takes the hit from File. And South Fayette will ice this puck with 6 gone by in period 2. Face-off coming to Carson's right. Joey Mitchell seeing a lot of ice time for NA tonight. Goes against Chiappetta. And this one belongs to Chiappetta. Romanelli up the boards beyond the reach of Kalinko. Carson making the save from distance on Murphy. D'Alessandro unable to clear. Mitchell's turnaround try denied by Carson. Petter is chased by Lucas. Mitchell gave it up at the side of the net. D'Alessandro dropping it back for Chiappetta. Chiappetta for D'Alessandro. The dynamic duo on here trying to get the Lions on the board here in Warrendale. But South Fayette still bottled up in their own end. Romanelli beyond the reach of D'Alessandro. Costa through traffic. That wouldn't go. Penalty coming up on the Lions. Junker off for the extra skater. Costa through a crowd. Loose in front. Touched up by Chiappetta. And we'll see who will feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free.
It's like a cross check coming up.
Indeed, that is the indication. And it'll go against Eli Petter, the South Fayette captain.
It's been so long since I've done a game that I keep forgetting that I have the power play graphics available to me. I've had to take a little bit of time off, folks, unfortunately.
Tigers for the first time tonight on the penny power play. They rank 9th at 17.2%. South Fayette, which was 3 for 3 on the PK last time these teams met at the start of the season, they rank 9th on the PK at 73.3%. Lokiato over the attacking line, 1 against 3. That shot caught a piece of Carson and went wide off the tape of Mitchell. Mitchell has it one more time. Mitchell, too strong for Lokiato. Tigers have to reset. But first, Logan has to go fetch. Noah Logan, the junior blue liner, taking his time as it comes out to Mitchell. Mitchell over the line for NA. Met by Fisher on the near boards. To the point it comes for Logan. Cross ice for Lokiato. Kasnick waiting for that puck as he gets it up to Joyson. Joyson from the left circle for Kasnick. Out in front, it deflected off Fisher. Joyson looking for it, but it was not to be. Keller will clear the zone for South Fayette with 40 to go on the Penny power play midway through this period and senior night game. North Allegheny leading South Fayette 2-0. Trying to extend their lead, on the man advantage, but Santino Vizio puts it in behind the Tigers' cage. Matt Schwartz changing penalty killers in the final moments of this NA power play. Desai couldn't get a clean stick on it, and that should just about do it. Logan up for Desai. Odie up the right wing, chased by D'Alessandro. And the teams are back to 5 aside with 8 minutes till the ice cut. Behind the net, it's off Shearer's stick and skates. Shearer plays it one more time for the Tigers. To Eim. Kick save made there by Carson. D'Alessandro leading it up to Chiappetta. Chiappetta, centering pass. And that's off the stick of Lobanov. Desai tied up Lobanov just enough, it appeared, as Shearer counterattacks for NA, and he fires high and wide. That puck bounces right to one of the Lions. That was Vizio who was in the right place at the right time. Petter to the corner. South Fayette changing on the fly. Shearer sends it high off the glass. It bounces in front of Carson. Romanelli will scoop it up as the Tigers make a line change. Two-line pass for D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro without company, however, gives it away to Lucas. Lobanov plays it weakly toward goal. And South Fayette now just getting the memo as they get back on side. That allows Vidra to play it through center for NA. Romanelli from the far corner. Petter up to Keller. Mason Imler near side. Imler with a fancy move there around Lucas, but turned the puck over. Noah Logan behind his own net. Keller cut that one off. Venom giving chase for South Fayette. Keller for Hudson Venom. Venom toward goal, that was blocked. And Lucas will not ice it. Carson had to play that puck. Tigers change on the go. Home run pass to Keller. Keller tied up immediately by the other number 43, Murphy, and Murphy's going to go off. They don't get much more obvious than that, and Murphy knows it. South Fayette going on the Penny power play for the second time tonight with 5:43 till the ice cut. Lions 0 for 1 thus far.
Yeah, that was so obvious. I'm up here throwing up the signs.
You got to do something to slow down some of these South Fayette skill players, whether it's legal or not.
That's it.
And it deflects in!
Off 21. 31,
Petter,
30.
Petter, let's get at her. Eli Petter shot it. And it was deflected in by Jackson Stilley. His first varsity goal. The night of first in Warrendale continues.
I'm pretty sure that went off his skate. I'm not 100% sure if it was his, but it looked like it was definitely 31 skate. He didn't know because he was trying to throw it hands right in front of the net.
And assuming my eyes did not deceive me, that will be power play assist number 7 for Petter, the PIHL All-Star, and that will tie his teammate, Chiappetta, for the Class 3A lead. Well, how about those green apples? North Allegheny 2, South Fayette 1. 5.5 left in period 2, and the Lions have some life.
Yep.
Petter hit by Lokiato. Well, for now, they're going to call it an unassisted marker. But I believe Petter fired that puck initially before it hit Stilley one way or another. Kalinko over the attacking line for the Lions, and suddenly South Fayette thinking about equalizing here with under 5 to go in the period before Lokiato stands up his man. It's turned over to Kasnick. Kasnick not in sync with Joyson. Lokiato chasing that puck down on the far boards. Lokiato flips it to Joyson. Joyson to Eim. Eim through a crowd save made, and the rebound eluded Lokiato. He thought he would have a yawning net to shoot at, but no go. Lead pass intended for Bobolino is cut out and cleared by North Allegheny. Kalinko knocked off the puck by Odie. Desai has it. Desai from an angle. That save made by Carson. The rebound still loose. Lions push it to the near boards. Rygaard is not going to ice this puck. Junker from atop his crease, carefully to center ice for Desai. South Fayette completing a change behind the play as Costa tries to slow the play down, for the Tigers. That pass intercepted by Petter, and Petter flips it out of play off to our extreme right. Now, South Fayette in that season opener unable to score on only 2 power play chances on home ice. Tonight they capitalize on their second PP chance, and they're back within 1 here of the NA Tigers. Battle of playoff teams here, potentially on North Allegheny senior night. Both teams well poised to eventually qualify for the Class 3A postseason at this moment. Lucas sends it around the boards. Pasquale was in there behind the net for NA. Now Mitchell chasing down Snyder. Snyder with a east to west pass there for Vizio. Lions get it deep. Again, no icing. Noah Logan up to center. Beyond Desai, icing on the Tigers. Of course, NA, we told you last year, their trip to the Penguins Cup championship game. For the first time since that 2021 championship victory under Mike Bagnotto, South Fayette 2 years removed from their first ever Penguins Cup and Pennsylvania Cup titles as members of Class 2A. Chiapetta against Shearer for this face-off. Now March and Hendry like what they see. Well, no they don't. Chiapetta gets waved, in comes Keller, and South Fayette wins it anyway. Mock to the corner. Costa for Odie. Odie gets it back to center for the Tigers. Chiapetta backpedaling under pressure from Shearer. Desai nearly generating the turnover there. Dylan Mock with good defensive support. Misplay there by Petter. Shearer keeps it inside the attacking zone. Keller regains possession for the Lions. Keller over the line as Chiapetta going to the net. Both players very well covered. Chiapetta from the right circle shoots it off a stick and off the glass subsequently. To the point it comes for Petter. Save made there by Junker, and again on the follow-up. And Junker has the third attempt covered. Cam Junker's a busy man all of a sudden.
I'll tell you what, you get those opportunities, and the bounces have really been starting to even out. It started out with North Allegheny getting a lot of the opportunities, a lot of those loose pucks going their way. South Fayette finding a way to grind back in, getting that extra goal, getting a little momentum. It's now starting to slide about to the mid-level. We're going to see who needs to grasp it here.
Tigers are able to exhaust their area. No icing. Petter from his own corner, chased by Kasnick. Kasnick wins that battle, trying to hang on to the puck with help from Joyson. Venom and the Lions are able to get it back. Venom's pass is picked off by Lokiato. Lokiato colliding with Lobanov at center ice. Imler with space on the right wing. Imler with a toe drag puts it wide of goal as he's dumped at the same time by Logan. Final minute and a half of period 2. Tigers in a tight one on senior night. Joyson driving the left circle. Poke check there by Petter. D'Alessandro using the glass to Venom. Venom to Lobanov. Lobanov stood up at the blue line. Two-line pass to Mitchell is complete. Mitchell left wing side. Saved by Carson. And with exactly a minute till the ice cut, there is no rebound.
I know it's a cliche thing to say, but if you look at what we have now, look how much time's left on the clock. If you can get a goal on either side for this last minute, it's going to be a big carryover to that third period. And those, those late goals will get you. So it's going to be big on either way.
South Fayette, their last time out, they scored such a goal at the end of the third period with the goalie pulled. And they went on to win that game, their last PIHL outing. Trying to extend their winning streak to 6 games on the road here tonight. North Allegheny up by goal. Mitchell trying to go out in front to High. The follow-up try by Shearer is stopped by Andrew Carson, who cut down the angle. Costa, cross ice to Ime. Ime taking off that puck by Keller. Andrew Cease telling his players to get back on defense quickly. Half a minute to go in the period. Up the near boards it comes, beyond the reach of Keller. Ime for Shearer. Shearer gets it deep for NA. And Carson is going to play it conservatively. "18 ticks to talk. Murphy through a crowd. That save is made. Carson doesn't know where it is. It's between his leg pads. And finally, this USA Hockey crew corroborates that statement with the whistle as they readjust the net behind Andrew Carson.
Petter did a great job getting back behind Carson whenever he didn't know where that was.
Final 10 seconds. It bounces to D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro to Keller. 5 seconds left. Keller over the line. Keller on his backhand for Chiappetta. Chiappetta stopped by Junker with 1 second on the clock. Both these teams pushing for that late goal as tempers flare.
Yeah, doing more than just pushing for the goal. Looks like they were ready for that. That was a nice late riser to try to throw off Junker. Unfortunately, unable to get it above him, but definitely put it just above the crest, just under his mask.
South Fayette trying to do something off the face-off as Carson's going to sit the rest of this one out. Some pushing and shoving before this puck drop. It's tapped wide by D'Alessandro, and so we will cut the ice here at the Baierl Toyota Ice Complex with the North Allegheny Tigers hanging on to a 2-1 lead over the South Fayette Lions on NA Senior Night 2025 with Brian Mitchell. I'm Matt Popchalk, and you're watching PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest, presented by Iron Bridge.
Jumbo ice caramel drizzle peppermint mochaccino.
Extra caramel.
That's us.
I'd love to join you guys at the beach house for a few days, but between my job and the kids, it's just not that easy. Not to mention, how am I squeezing into a bikini after this winter?
Keeping off extra pounds while balancing a family and a career can be tough. And 500-calorie coffees won't get you there either. Weight Loss Direct provides a 24/7 support and one-on-one coaching to keep you on track and guarantee you success and health. Start your journey at weightlossdirect.com.
Hey there, hockey fans! You already know TenbandTV can stream live regional sports. But did you know you can also stream the best of the local music scene as well? Music from the 412 is live and streaming 24/7 on TenbandTV. Watch music videos, concerts, and original programming free from the comfort of your couch. Featuring the best of music and artists from Pittsburgh and Western PA. Tune in today.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop.
Are you ready to take your game to the next level? Hey, I'm Tyler Kennedy, 2009 Pittsburgh Penguins Stanley Cup champion here, and trust me, I know what it's like to play to the max. That's why I recommend the patented Heads Up Sports Training System, improving reaction time and your spatial awareness with this dynamic training system all at your fingertips. Train smarter with endless applications for any position. It's that simple. HeadsUpSTS.com. Play with your head up.
Tonight is your last chance to buy your digital hockey card to celebrate your favorite PIHL All-Star during Sunday's All-Star broadcasts. Yes, I quote the classic Michael Richards line from the movie UHF. I know a lot of you people like to wait till the last minute. Well, this is it. This is the last minute. Visit allstars.tenband.tv and hit the button that says sign up to sponsor a player profile by midnight tonight. We extended our deadline to midnight tonight, but this is it. Each of your purchases support our live coverage of this year's All-Star event. And join Brian Mitchell and I, won't you, for the 2025 PIHL All-Star event this approaching Sunday, January 26th, high noon, from the RMU Island Sports Center, always free on TenbandTV.
And there's no excuse because you can't be watching a game after us because there isn't a game after us anymore. So there's more time for you to be able to go out and sponsor your All-Star, Mr. Popchalk, right? You want to do that, just log on. Tenband, we got it for you. They've got it taken care of. And listen, All-Star Sunday, always one of my favorite days. The day after, one of my least favorite days. I'm there for 12 hours. It's a blast, but at the same time, it really beats you up, but it's all worth it for all these kids and everything that we do in that game. All 5 games are fun, very low-key, just come out to RMU. If you have time on Sunday, come out to RMU. Check out a couple games. We have a blast when we're doing it.
Last year, over 100,000 unique viewers of the PIHL All-Star event on TenbandTV, our easily most watched event of the entire interscholastic hockey season.
And it's not just that with you guys, and I always say this, thanks to you guys are reimagining what we do here. It's not just All-Stars. This year you've got the playoffs, you've got the semifinals, the Penguin Cup and D2 finals, and the state championships coming up on TenbandTV.
Meanwhile, third period action on the freshly cut ice of the Baierl Ice Complex is underway with North Allegheny's Tigers leading South Fayette's Lions by a 2-1 score on NA Senior Night 2025 here in Warrendale. NA trying to snap South Fayette's 5-game winning streak. All 5 of those games decided by 1 goal. South Fayette 8-2 overall in 1-goal games coming into tonight as Carson makes his first save of the period. North Allegheny trying to win back-to-back contests after that dramatic victory in Westmoreland County last Monday night. From distance, Imler puts it on Junker. Junker will hold on with Venom bearing down on him. A night of firsts thus far. First varsity goal for NA's Anthony Lucas. First goal of the season for Ravi Desai, who had a fine showing in the St. Margaret Fall faceoff for the Tigers. In period 2, a power play goal by South Fayette's Jackson Stilley. Stilley's first varsity goal ever. Romanelli through a crowd. Through the sea of skates and sticks, it's played out to center for Gio Locchiato. Locchiato tied up by Keller, accidentally tapped Keller in the helmet. Keller no worse for the wear. Kasnick from the far corner, trying to play it up the boards. Chiappetta, near side for Mock. Keller, dispossessed by Eim. Kasnick looking for this puck. Keller at center. Costa gave it away momentarily to Romanelli. Team's kind of playing pitch and catch in the neutral zone. Now finally South Fayette able to make some headway with Chiappetta trying to center it for D'Alessandro. Kasnick from his own corner, not out. It's deflected wide off the stick of Murphy, camped in front of his own goaltender. Chiappetta for D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro's centering pass is errant. Officials say it deflected. No icing call forthcoming. Randall Fisher takes his time, outletting to Chiappetta. Chiappetta cross ice for Vizio. Vizio through the skates of Petter. Justin High trying to get the transition game going for NA. Murphy from right point. Randall Fisher. Dispossessed by Mitchell. Noah Logan off balance toward goal. That floats over top the bar. Tigers going to work on the forecheck early in period 3. Up by 1. High through the sea of humanity to the corner for Lucas. Back up to Logan. Logan's shot. Somehow I think Carson might have got a piece of that. Chiapetta content to ice the puck. And Matt Schwartz will get some fresh players out there for the faceoff. Second period shots were 9-7, by the way, in favor of the Tigers. Game totals entering period 3 were 19-14 in favor of the hosts. But the only goal of period 2, as we said, belonged to the South Fayette Lions. Five teams in Class 3A, including these two here tonight, separated by 5 points entering the week. So unsurprisingly, we've got a tight one here in the North Hills. Joyson for Castillo. Castillo ridden off that puck by Petter. Kalinko off the outstretched glove of Costa. Costa legally playing it as far as the South Fayette bench. Near side, Kyle Ime dumps it in. Petter, the only man there. He has it for the Lions as the Tigers are changing lines. North Allegheny has to keep this puck moving, per the CUSA hockey crew. Now we get a whistle. It's icing on NA.
As we joke around a lot of stuff, I was talking with the with our music technician about his choice of music in there. He said a lot of icings tonight. This is his excuse. He's getting deep. Going deep.
Both teams trying to slow this game down and get it to a pace that they're comfortable with. And certainly you could say that for the Tigers, who almost prefer to play at a slower pace given their defensive identity. Only 27 goals against the Tigers coming in tonight, the second best defensive team in the classification. And trying to get back into a good defensive rhythm. They had allowed 11 goals in their last 4 games overall. They won just one of those games. Their previous 5 games, they were on a 5-game winning streak. They allowed just 6 goals altogether in that span. So the Tigers at least picking up their defensive game tonight as Shearer forces the save from Carson. Out in front beyond Desai. And we get a stoppage here with 12:19 left. Indeed it is. Tigers go forward off the faceoff. Joyson out in front!
Oh,
Baierl! A Venti Lochiato makes it 3-1. North Allegheny Tigers. Carson was well out of position, and it became an easy tap-in for the senior on senior night.
That was just a gorgeous set play off the face-off. Lochiato ended up on the side post. Beautiful pass across. Carson did not see him cut. Nobody went with him, and made it a 2-goal lead here with 12:16 remaining in the third.
The alternate captain's 4th of the season for NA, and the Tigers get that critical extender with 12 1/4 left in period 3. Joyson will get the primary assist, as you just heard from Dave Fryer. So Joyson becomes the first NA Tiger this season to hit the 10-point threshold. As we get a whistle here. Lobanov off the face-off, dropping for Venom. Venom just wide of goal. Imler trying to get to the rebound, but not able to do so quickly enough. Turnaround try from the boards by Venom. Stopped by Cam Junker. High across the attacking line, offside on himself, more or less. Well, our next proper PIHL Hockey Night Live after All-Star Sunday will involve the South Fayette Lions. They'll be back at home next Monday night to take on the Franklin Regional Panthers, who sit on that playoff border coming into this week. And then maybe the coup de grace of AAA games this year. Mount Lebanon hosting Seneca Valley in the 9-10 nightcap. The top two teams at the moment in AAA. Really looking forward to that one. That'll be next week on TenbandTV.
It's going to be a good one.
Petter gains the red line, sails it in on Junker, and Junker will hang on, excuse me.
I could open up a GoFundMe, and then we'll take the open ice, and you and me will play one-on-one, and it's where the second game should have played tonight.
Kiski area was scheduled to visit the Quaker Valley Quakers in our 9 p.m. nightcap. In case you missed it, that is not happening. Kiski area forfeiting that game, so the Quaker Valley Quakers get credit for a 1-0 victory officially, and the Quakers thus remain the only unbeaten in the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League with 3 games to go on their regular season schedule. Carson making that save on Kasnick. Back to center, it'll come to Locchiato. Logan from above the circle. Kasnick from his knees, unable to play it. Locchiato toward goal. Off balance was Carson. Joyson unable to tap it inside the post. That could have been the dagger there for NA. D'Alessandro off the boards. Petter to the bouncing puck. Petter with a step on Murphy. Petter to the goal. Can't shoot it cleanly. Murphy interrupting Petter just enough. D'Alessandro takes the hit from Logan. Chiappetta trailing. Chiappetta fakes, trying to go to Petter out in front. Petter at the side of the net. Out in front it comes. Chiappetta forcing the save from Junker. Good feed there from Keller. Better save by the NA senior. Turnover to Keller. Keller finds metal but not mesh. Anthony Lucas from center red. Lions not ready to go quietly into that frigid night just yet. Under 10 to go in regulation. It's a 2-goal lead for NA. Chiappetta over the line. Kalinko unable to locate that puck before Justin High does. South Fayette completing its line change. Petter trying to slip around Shearer, lost the puck. I'm around the boards for Desai. Desai up the left wing boards, and it will be icing on the Tigers.
No, I think he's just trolling me.
This face-off to come to Junker's left. Off the boards. I'm around to the near side, cut off by Fisher. Loose puck out in front, overskated by a couple of Lions, including Dan Hudson. Rygaard was also trying to catch up to that puck on time, but could not. And North Allegheny will ice it once more. I'm actually had a goal in the last meeting between these clubs, and it was his first varsity goal, ended up being the game winner. Again, NA won the first meeting between these teams 4-0 on September 30th at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. Tigers looking for a sweep of the regular season series here tonight and facing a team that they could see in round 1 of the Penguins Cup playoffs, depending upon how the rest of the season shakes out. Back to center, it'll come. Castillo trying to muscle his way to that puck. Fisher gets it deep. Played a bit dangerously there by Junker, but no harm done. Fisher to File. Vidra to Castillo. Castillo, cross ice it'll come. Snyder to the near corner, midway through this third period with NA leading 3-1. Murphy unable to keep it in at right point. Bovolino off the corner boards. That took a weird bounce right out to Junker, and he covers quickly.
It's amazing that you say that because we're only about 5 weeks from talking about postseason as a reality, and it's just creeping up on us how fast the season has rolled by already.
A number of teams, including the aforementioned Quaker Valley Quakers, have already punched their ticket mathematically to the postseason, and many more soon to follow. Joyson from the far boards, overtaken by Mock. Costa from the scores table gets this puck deep. No icing, officials say. Petter from the corner up to Venom. Venom couldn't get it past Joyson, so Venom will dump it in himself. Petter, in the past a stay-at-home defenseman, now much more involved in the offensive rush this season for South Fayette typically. Comes up to Venom. Venom to the corner. Joyson's going to get there first and try to use the boards, and he will ice this puck for the Tigers.
A lot of those stay-home defensemen that you were talking about over the time frames of their careers will grow up and then, have to take the places of those seniors that they replace eventually. And that's a lot of the progression of it. He's done a heck of a job settling into that position this season.
He's added layers to his game, no question. Time gradually becoming the enemy of the Lions as his team is down by a pair with under 7 to go in the third period. Scherer around the boards. He and the Tigers trying to shore up a victory here on North Allegheny senior night. Scherer up the right wing toward goal. That bouncing puck bounces wide of Carson, and the net behind Carson is off its moorings again. South Fayette to this point held to just the 15 shots on goal, which is a feather in the cap of Andrew Cease's team, I think, slowing down the run-and-gun Lions.
I mean, they've controlled the opportunities, especially, early on where I was talking about the neutral zone possession, making sure they weren't able to get across. But all the opportunities they got have come off of the face-off and set up opportunities in the front.
It's played out in front of Carson, swept to the corner quickly by Chiapetta and company. Keller from his own half wall, couldn't get it past Murphy. North Allegheny just trying to keep pucks deep and keep that ice tilted any way it can and protect this lead with Keller coming up the left circle. Centering pass trailing D'Alessandro. What a save there by Junker. The rebound is smashed in. Don't call my name. Don't call my name. D'Alessandro makes it a one-goal contest with 6:06 remaining. Again, the Lions not going away.
Beautiful chip shot on the rebound, was able to get all the stick behind it. Those are tough whenever especially when they're bouncing off the goal, you don't know where they're coming. You're just swinging and hoping it hits something, and that just made contact in a perfect way for D'Alessandro to make this a one-goal game. 6:06 remaining here in the third period.
Goal number 8 this season for the All-Star senior. Career point 84. D'Alessandro, a top 5 scorer in PIHL Class 3A entering this week, adds to his total. He now has 20 on the season. Keller, the lone helper. We get a whistle and a penalty coming up here with 5:40 to go. Petter pleading his case, but it looks like he's going to be sent off for the second time tonight.
Nope, they're going to
check that. It's going to be Ivan Kalenko sitting down. Petter just trying to have his teammates back there, but to no avail.
Vidra was a little bit bent over in front of the bench after that hit, so I could see that being an issue.
North Allegheny on the penny power play for the second time tonight. Loki Otto forced to give chase as he's tied up by Keller. Tripping the indication against the South Fayette sophomore. Tigers offside. And Kalinka's been a hot hand offensively for the Lions lately. 6 points in his last 6, 5 goals in his last 5. But he's got to sweat out these next 2 minutes with the Tigers trying to pull one back and extend that 1-goal lead. Trevor D'Alessandro scoring moments ago for South Fayette on the second chance opportunity. NA on the man advantage. Joyson enters the zone, is spun off that puck by Petter. It comes free to Fisher. Fisher sails it back to center. Logan from his own blue line to Loki Otto, who has the lone NA goal in period 3. Loki Otto near side. Loki Otto around Petter to the corner, midway through the power play, off of Carson, hugging that near post. Cleared promptly by Petter. Junker beyond the reach of Keller. It comes right to Eli Petter, however, who will try to rag the puck for a moment before clearing the zone again. 45 to go in the power play for the Tigers. I'm through center. Has Desai trailing the play. Desai on the half wall. Unable to win the puck battle. Lions, will they press shorthanded? Keller is going to peel back and try to kill off the rest of this thing. It's stolen and batted wide of Carson by Mitchell. Oh, how Mitchell stayed with that puck, I'll never know. I'm flips it to the corner. It stays in play, and that should just about do it. South Fayette 2 for 2 on the PK, and it remains a 1-goal game. 3.5 to go in regulation. Icing on the Lions. Vidra will take it against Chiappetta. Chiappetta wins the faceoff. Lions sail it through the center. D'Alessandro gets in behind Logan. Has a man going to the net. It's Immler. Can't get there. Chiappetta keeps it in the zone. Murphy defensively for North Allegheny. For Odie. Odie turning it over to Petter. Logan from the far boards. Lucas unable to reel it in. Vidra flips it beyond the American and Canadian flags hanging over center ice here at the Baierl Complex. It's loose in front, and going down is one of the Tigers. That's Odie in front getting the worst of that play. He bounces right back up and goes after this puck along the near boards in South Fayette ice. Petter emerging from the battle with the puck. Near side Chiappetta. Chiappetta waiting, watching, dragging, backhand try, Junker the save, the rebound put wide by D'Alessandro. Mock retreating for South Fayette, has Kasnick bearing down on him, and Kasnick forces that deflection, which compels Petter to come back and help out Dylan Mock. Chiappetta trying to spring Keller, broken up by Costa. Costa with room, he shoots, that's blocked up into the rafters. Keller poised to take this face-off against Shearer of North Allegheny.
Timeout, South Fayette.
And Matt Schwartz is going to use his timeout with 2:03 left in regulation, his team trailing by a goal. Last year, as I said earlier, over 100,000 unique viewers watched live and on-demand coverage of the PIHL All-Star Games on TenbandTV. Be a part of this year's action by sponsoring our 2025 PIHL All-Star coverage. You've still got time for 4 easy interest-free payments of $22.47 on ShopPay. You can gain brand visibility for your business or organization and connect with your desired demographic throughout Western Pennsylvania. Email sales@tenbandmedia.com to learn more, or if you're interested in sponsoring any game during our stretch run prior to the Penguins Cup playoffs, and watch the 2025 PIHL All-Star Games live from the RMU Island Sports Center this Sunday at noon, always free on TenbandTV. I'll be there. Brian Mitchell will be there. TenbandTV will be there. We hope you'll be out there watching.
I hope so. You better be out there.
I share in that hope.
It's scary. I know where you live. How do you know that? You don't. But you just got to trust the fact that I do, or I don't.
It is great to see you, my friend, back on the horse and back out here tonight. It's got to feel good for you.
Oh, my God, it's been forever. I'm just, got a lot of personal stuff going on, a couple professional things going on, but, eventually, hopefully, I'm back out in the rink doing this regularly. It's good to be back out. Like I said, thanks to Todd Kaczorowski for asking me to come out this evening. My only night off for the next 9 days. So I'm able to do this. This is great. Glad to be back, guys. But you know what? We got 2:03, and it's all about these kids. So, look, Mr. Popchalk, take it away.
Getting our money's worth here in Warrendale tonight. You heard Mitch, 3-2 in favor of North Allegheny. South Fayette winning the faceoff. The net to our right remains occupied for the moment. Now it is not. Carson off for the extra man. Petter trailing. Petter through a crowd. It bounces wide. Oh, that puck just deflected wide of Junker. Desai gets the clear. Shearer giving chase to the corner. It's going to be icing with 1:43 left. Lions going to skate 6-on-5 here to try to tie this game late, as they did 11 days ago.
That puck just slowed down as it was crawling towards the net and then cut a little bit to the left. A couple more mile an hour and maybe to the right, you would have had something bouncing there, but definitely caught him off guard.
D'Alessandro falling in the face-off circle to Murphy. Murphy unable to clear. D'Alessandro has this puck for the Lions to Chiappetta. Chiappetta through a crowd. It's deflected wide of goal. It's loose at the side of the net. Murphy taps it to the boards, and he'll flip it to the corner. What a play there by Brock Murphy. And he nullifies the icing call by playing it off a South Fayette stick in the process. It won't be a stat, but that's a huge play there to preserve the lead by Murphy. 70 seconds remaining. Mitchell going after it in the corner. Joyson tries to take it for Rene. Flips it to Locchiato. Locchiato to Costa. Tigers trying to play keep away here, and it's out of play.
Offside.
Good call, Mitch. 58 ticks to talk.
Threw it in off his own player, still inside the zone. They were trying to burn a little bit of time, dump it back in, maybe get another 10 to 15 off the clock before the rush came in. Now they got to put the goaltender back in the net. Carson in.
Jackson Stilley, for what it's worth, was the extra skater. Now he's on the bench as the Lions try to go forward off the faceoff. D'Alessandro sends it to the corner.
Empty cage.
He is off again, indeed. Lions have it at the point. Worked out in front for D'Alessandro beyond his reach. They reset to Petter. Petter to D'Alessandro in the corner. D'Alessandro to Petter. Petter through a crowd. It deflected off the iron. Petter that close. Chiappetta with a misplay. It deflects just wide of the open goal. Desai motioning as if a South Fayette player touched that puck, and I believe Desai has a legitimate beef there. And Andrew Cease, the NA head coach, is pleading a similar case on the home bench. Officials taking their time to discuss now, March and Hendry.
They're calling it down low.
Oh my. A break for the Lions, I believe. Just under half a minute left. Tigers up by 1. Face off to Cam Junker's left. Lions win another face-off. Chiappetta to the corner. Keller reaching. Turned over to Mitchell. Mitchell can't get it outside the zone. Now it deflects off Lokiato, and it's swatted out of the air by Mitchell with 15 seconds left. One last chance maybe for the Lions, who ice it. Petter was trying a home run pass, and the home run pass missed everything and everybody.
Are they going to? Nope, there comes Carson. I was wondering if they were going to trust. Nope, they're going to trust the 6 they have on the ice.
Well, with the clock saying what it says, they don't have much of a choice. They've got to win this faceoff, obviously. Lokiato going forward off the faceoff off the side of the net. 8 seconds left. Lions really have to hurry. The two-line pass is going to come right to Logan. It's back to center. 2 seconds left. Kalenko's got to hurry and tee it up. He won't have time. Lokiato stuck right with him. They say survive and advance. Well, the North Allegheny Tigers survived on senior night and advanced to 6-5-2 overall. Good for 22 points. They tie South Fayette in the points column with a senior night victory here tonight. Final score, Tigers 3, South Fayette Lions 2. The Lions' 5-game winning streak comes to an end. NA now has won back-to-back games, and this one came right down to the wire, Brian Mitchell.
Yeah, absolutely, and I actually credit them, South Fayette, on that decision at the end to leave the goaltender on the bench. It's a tough call. It's 50-50. You lose that face-off, they're going to get the empty netter anyway. You win that face-off, you still have the odd number coming the other way. You had D'Alessandro driving the thing. It was the best opportunity they had. It was a great run here for South Fayette. It was a great game here for both teams. They both did a heck of a job. And, you know, once again, good night out for everybody when you get to come out and see a hockey game, and as good as one it was here. So
it's been a great night out here at the Baierl Toyota Ice Complex in Warrendale. Thank you again, Brian Mitchell. Thank you, Dave Fryer, and thank you for watching and listening. Again, your final score, North Allegheny Tigers 3, South Fayette Lions 2. I'm Matt Popchak, and we will see you again on All-Star Sunday on the island for more PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Iron Bridge.